We're going to be test driving the DBX along with one of Aston Martin's F1 drivers. Good morning, Fastlane family. Ryan here with Fastlane Miami. We have an amazing event planned today. We've partnered up and we're doing a collaboration with Aston Martin. We're doing a launch of the DBX. We're going to be test driving the DBX along with one of Aston Martin's F1 drivers. So we're super excited to get that. We have a private mansion rented out to host and have some fun there. We're here at Billionaires Miami, where they offer so many cool membership perks and car rental programs and ownership programs, also a race team. We're going to show you guys a little bit about what's going on a little bit later. We hope to see you guys at the next event here in Fastlane Miami. Guys to talk a little bit about what is included, what are the benefits of joining your membership club. Obviously there's lots of synergies between Fastlane and Billionaires Miami.
Yes, we started as a rental car company in 2016, but then with all the great contacts that comes with the business, people started asking, hey, can you connect me with these people, with that person? So yes, we created the club so then you guys can just enjoy yourselves together. So with the membership, we charge $20,000 per year and you have 50% off of any rental. So you know that's a big advantage. If you do rent a lot of cars, you're gonna pay 50%. And with
the
20,000,
price on a typical car? What's the F8 Spider going for?
$2,000, for example. So then you're gonna pay $1,000 for it. Yeah, exactly.
How
so
about
you save
$2,000
as well.
So
Spectre you're gonna have for $1,000. For example, Porsche 911, $600. You'll get it for $300 when you're a member. Even family cars, any of the cars in the fleet, you're gonna pay 50% off. And a limited amount of times you can go to the Fastlane events. Fastlane members also comes to our events. We had a poker game and the world champion from the WSOP, and he played with us. All of the events, it's about the experience of the users.
All right, Pedro, thank you so much for joining us today. It's Saturday here. We just finished our Fastlane Drive rally. We had about 35 exotic cars out on the road, and we're so excited to be able to hang out with you and learn a little bit more about you and showcase the new Aston Martin DBX 707. Tell me a couple things you like about this car. What are your top two favorites?
First of all, it's beautiful, which is also very important. Beautiful car. The looks it's really racy. It's really aggressive. It has fantastic brakes. Especially what I like about this car is how agile it feels.
Yeah.
It's a big car, it's heavy, but it just feels very light. And that's because the chassis is fantastic.
Yeah.
I do a lot of hot laps at many Grand Prix of the season with this car.
Yeah.
And when I get to choose the car I want to drive, I always say I want the DBX 707.
I love it.
It's just really fast at the racetrack as well.
Nice. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to go inside. We're right here at the Aston Martin house in Fort Lauderdale. So let's go inside and check out your F1 car. All right, Pedro, so we just got out of the new DBX 707. Just love to learn a little bit more about you and your F1 career. How did you get started as an F1 driver?
Well, I mean, I started a long time ago. I started karting like most Formula 1 drivers do nowadays. I started pretty late, 14. I wanted to start much earlier. I mean, if some drivers start when they are 4 or 5 years old. But my father didn't want me to get involved, blah, blah, blah. The difficulties about that it was not a safe sport. But anyway, finally I made it. I never thought about becoming a Formula 1 driver, to be honest. I thought it was only for aliens really to get there that far. I just was happy to be a karting driver, which eventually I managed to get in there.
Amazing, amazing. And you've obviously, done very well in your career. Talk about, what's your number one favorite highlight of your career?
Well, I mean, we have to say that obviously finishing in the podium, the Hungaroring race back in 2006 with McLaren, it was the highlight because it was my best ever result, which was second. I never managed to win a Grand Prix, but I don't care about that, I mean, winning is great, but actually for any driver that when you start, you're a kid, and you really think that Formula 1 is like, the probabilities are minuscule, it's really not going to happen, but then suddenly you make it and then you are on the podium. It doesn't really matter if you are first or third. The most important thing for me was to be on the podium. up there, looked down. I saw my wife, I saw everyone that had helped me so much to get there that it was just my highlight.
And so after your retirement, obviously being an F1 driver, it's like so much thrill and so much exhilaration. What are some of the things that you have passion in now that you know, obviously you're not going as fast, but what are some of the things you like to do after retirement?
Well, I mean, I'm not racing professionally, but every week that when I'm in Barcelona, my home city, I have my own kart and I go testing. I go with my daughter, which is also very fond of motorsport. I think karting is the closest category to F1. And you might think, oh, come on, it's the opposite, you know, but the actual feeling, the speed, how close you are to the ground, how much you feel the tire, how physical it is, it's the closest to F1. So whenever I'm at home, I go karting, and it just keeps me alive, you know. I like to feel the adrenaline and the speed.
Love it, I love it. Anything else that you're doing in your free time in the off season?
Honestly, I'm exercising a lot because although I'm not driving and I'm not a Formula One driver anymore, I try to do the same, you know, as I was racing. It just keeps me fit mentally, keeps me full of energy. Also, it keeps me close to the sport. I'm just doing the same type of life as when I was racing. I like to feel young, you know?
Yeah, we all do, right? So talk to me about, you know, through your career in F1, how you saw the sport evolve.
The sport has evolved massively in the past few years, especially I started in 98, 99, where the cars had very limited technology compared to what a Formula One car is. We had few sensors in the car, the steering wheels were simple. Now you have over 200 sensors on the chassis, 200 sensors on the engine. Everything has a reason why it happens, and the engineers have a lot of information of what's happening on the car. But there's one thing that hasn't changed. Everything has changed except one thing, and it's the driver. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you have many sensors, you have telemetry, you have a lot more information, you have 1.5 terabytes of information coming through from the car to the team during a race weekend. But the only sensor in the car that can tell the engineers what the car needs to go faster is still the race driver. However, obviously, we are surrounded by an enormous amount of capacity engineers and know-how.
What are some of the, as you've seen the sport evolve, what are some of the things you've liked and disliked?
Now we have so much information. There's so many sensors that are sending the information to the engineers. Sometimes it's too much. Therefore, that's where AI is coming in and it's helping us to filter all that information. But I miss the driver feeling about the car, about the tire temperature, and not needing the engineer to tell him what was the tire temperature on the front left in turn 2 in Interlagos, you know. Now everything has a reason for happening. Back in my time, I think there was a bit more romantic. It was a bit more difficult to actually set up a car. Now you have so much information that it's all quite more mathematical.
So talk to me about maybe one of your most challenging races that you experienced. What was the experience like, and what were some of the key takeaways and things you learned?
Well, you always learn from any race. There's always some lessons to be learned. The most difficult races for a Formula One driver are the races where you have changing conditions, because you have to adapt yourself. The best racing drivers are the ones that adapt themselves to changes faster than the others. For example, in 2006, when I finished on the podium in Hungaroring, it's a race that we started with full wet tires. It was raining. Then it just gradually dried, so we went to intermediates tires and then finally to slick or dry tires. And I thought that every lap was different in that race, and you had to adapt. You had to be in constant communication with your race engineers, explaining what was going on, how much water was at the track. There's nothing worse than races where it's dry, it's not windy, everything is the same. When it's a very windy and every race, every corner is different, when there is a changing climatic conditions, those challenges are really appealing for any racing driver.
Thank you so much again. It's been an absolute pleasure spending some time with you. And enjoy the rest of your time out here in Fort Lauderdale and Miami, and safe travels back to Barcelona. And we'll hopefully see you again soon. Here with Igor with Ruby Star Garage, the owner of Ruby Star Garage, one of our partners here at Fastlane Miami. Anybody that's looking to protect your car, customize your car,
upgrade, make it faster, make it more interesting, you know, customize it the way you want it. We're basically a family of guys that love cars, and that's the main focus is quality and dedication to making sure that the customer is happy. We protect your car. We can customize it. We can do anything that you need done to it. We've been doing this for many years. We've gained a lot of traction in the last couple of years as the top shop in Miami. We're also expanding into marine or watercraft. We're doing yachts and boats and just growing. And anything you need to protect your investment, your car, your boat, or anything, give us a call and we'll help you out.